Hey, good morning. Ed Dreist here.
And Stephen Reeker. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, man. And last night a very powerful Zoom. We had so we're going to break it down into three parts, maybe four parts. But we had the opportunity to listen to Kim Hui, Amy Dunlap, and Adrianne Ruiz.
Correct.
And so we just come off our launch. We were out in Salt Lake City 2 weeks ago, and several of the leaders in our company, Amy and Adrianne, we had the opportunity to meet them out in. So here I am with Amy. We had an opportunity to meet them, and then we also, Stephen and myself, both had the opportunity to chat with Adrianne and both Amy, and great ladies, a lot of good energy, a lot of positive thoughts on how to grow a business. And so basically this is a little bit of how they're creating some momentum in their business right now and training us on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so here we go.
Dunlap, Amy, welcome to the call.
Hi, Kim.
Beautiful Amy. And then we have Adrianne Ruiz. Adrianne, welcome.
Hi, Kim. Welcome.
Hi. I know you two ladies had a fabulous week. Okay. So first, let's have Amy. Amy, how did your week go last week? How did it go?
Well, I have had two of my most amazing weeks so far in the company and also in the industry in 23 years. So record-breaking, life-changing, literally that sounds kind of like over the top, but literally life-changing because they were two very energy-changing weeks, like where I could really see the future. So amazing.
Awesome. That's wonderful. And I'm gonna talk about the activity that you took that would change that. And same thing with Adrianne. How did it go last week?
Yeah, I mean, very similar. It was a record-breaking week for George and I. And I think what happened was we just did things a little bit differently, and we sort of tuned in. And all of a sudden it was like, boom, it was just like magic started happening. And so it was a beautiful thing to honestly just participate in. I mean, we were just excited to be there. And like you said, I think when you tap into that frequency, there's really no stopping it. So we were just, feeling very tapped in. It was wonderful.
Awesome. Now I want to ask you, Adrianne, you talk about you had a record-breaking week and you started changing things a little differently. Tell us what did you do differently to create the kind of success that you did? And it's a record-breaking week for you guys. So tell me, what was it you did that if you were to credit something that you have done, let's say three things that you have done that actually pivot, that you literally pivot and shift your business. What would that be, Adrianne?
Yeah, well, if I had three things to share, the first thing is really we took advantage of the tokens that we had received as we advanced, and we're able to split those up and start sharing them and incentivize people to get started with bigger packs, to get started with the launch packs. So that changed a lot of the volume. But what happened, I think that was more significant is that when you taught us how to do the T chart, once I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, like it just really opened up a better way for me to communicate to my team how they could build a bigger business and what would be in it for them. And you're absolutely right when you say you can't just come in and say, hey, I've got a really great product. It's going to do this, this, and this. I think the more important thing is to ask them, what do they want? Like what do you want? Do you want to win a cruise? Do you want to rank advance? Do you need more money for what? X, Y, Z? And that changed the game. I mean, we asked it before, but it was a little different. When we were able to explain it better and walk them through the T chart, all of a sudden they were like, oh my gosh, I get it. But also it opened up the door for them to do things a little bit differently with who they talk to. If they already had some existing team members, or even if they were starting from the beginning, it shook them up a little bit to go, okay, I need to talk to more than 5 people, right? Like I can't just sit back on the 5 and hope that 100 come. It's not going to happen. And then really the third thing is, I think George and I really tapped into this energy of abundance. And by that, I mean, we were not focused necessarily on our why. That wasn't what was driving us. We already know our why, like we understood why we were doing it and what our passion is, but the passion project sort of took over and it became about how many people we could serve. And I think that was when like a light went on too. And we really were just in the flow, sort of playing the perfect game, you know, like I love one of my favorite authors, Matthew Ferry, talks about playing a perfect game. And in there he's saying, you know, whatever is said to you, accept it. Maybe do things a little bit different, but at the same time, know that whatever happens is going to be perfect. If somebody tells you no, it's perfect for that time. If somebody says yes, it's perfect. If somebody's indifferent, you're like, well, let me know, you know? So just kind of playing that perfect game helped a lot. And I had a bunch of my teammates checking in with that too, because oftentimes you're absolutely right. We sometimes let the highs get too high and the lows get too low. And then some days are just indifferent. And so I think just riding those waves, you know, and just not letting the highs get too high and the lows get too low, but just playing the perfect game is everything. So I left you a voicemail, I think, when you guys were launching in California. And I was like, Kim, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm in such gratitude for everything that you're teaching and what you did just teach just now to us. I literally took you guys my chicken scratch notes, but they're meaningful to me because I like to come back. I just really thrive on little nuggets right now as we're building. And, you know, you said you did 200 T-charts and I think I did 45. So, I mean, just going through, so not even nearly as close as you, but it's such a thrilling way to build. And it just really brings clarity. And I am such a big fan of clarity because where there's clarity, there's confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes confidence can struggle when you don't feel like you're plugged in. So I feel like we're all plugged in and we're just in the right place. And so honestly, so grateful. That was a long answer. Sorry.
Awesome. They're so beautiful. What a beautiful sharing. Thank you, Adrianne. Now, Amy, what say you? What are the 3 things?
Three things. That's tough. I would say that honestly, coming off of convention, this is really hard for me to put into words, but I think I think when you were on stage and you were talking about the calling, it made a lot of things make sense to me because I feel like we're called and like what you were saying. And so like this past weekend on Saturday, I was at an event and just to like literally like touch people's faces where like they have the hope and the dreams. And so for me, it was coming back looking at, okay, as a collective and as a collaborative, we have a responsibility to come together. And this is kind of a masculine way to say it because this is what Lance said the other day, but take off our jerseys and come together. And for me, I feel like I just received this responsibility of, okay, I'm called into this. No matter how uncomfortable anything is, I have to make changes. I have to let go of some things that I used to do and some thought processes that I was having. So I let go of some thought processes. Like, I think I know all the answers, not really, but kind of like I was like, I got to do it this way, this way, this way. And then when you call me on the phone and you're like, try this, like instead of me trying to like defend how I used to think, I thought, okay, well, how I used to think, something wasn't right. And I've got to make a choice. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I think I began to just peel off every layer and every bondage holding me back to my past. So that was a big thing in my thought process. And then the next thing, obviously, was the T-chart, but very specifically within the T-chart, I've always taught people to chase rank. Like, and I want to correct that because I'm not a very money motivated person at all. I'm not motivated by money in the least, but I feel like the rank was an answer. Like, okay, so if you want to earn a car or you want to win or you want to buy a car, you need to be at blank rank. And to pull back and really help people understand if you have blank amount of cycles, that's this much money. How much money do you want to make this week? Why? And it really, that slight little shift really caused people, it was the slight, like the slightest edge. It was that slight little shift. And I started doing that. And I was calling you on the phone like, oh my goodness, I can't even stay caught up. And so it was really that shift. And so changing my mindset, the shift of, I guess, chasing like the cycles and teaching people how to earn for what they want. And man, other than that, I feel like I dove in. Like I am, like I thought I had already dove in because I work all the time, but it's a different kind of dive in. Like it's like seatbelt on. You said I should go to Hong Kong. I bought a ticket. I'm going to Hong Kong. I was doing 2 events in California, and I'm on, you know what I mean? And so it was just a all in. I'm either in or I'm out, because 99% is not a good word. That's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's beautiful. I mean, thank you both. I mean, what a beautiful sharing. And you're absolutely right. I mean, a lot of times in this space, people only are caught up in chasing rank. But it's not what rank, because see, once it's not about getting to the rank. It's about how you're going to sustain the rank, and, having that rank and not having to drop. And so teaching people, knowing what they want and showing them the roadmap of how to get to where they are. It's not the rank that gets, because when you do those 5 activities that we went over in the T-charts, right? We talk about helping your team to activate, helping them to qualify, helping them to chase the incentives and the promos, right? And then to also teach them to cycle of whatever volume they have banked. And then last but not least is a rank. Because when you've done these first 4 things, rank will come. Okay. Because rank is just a little bit of tweaks to make sure you meet the rules, and then you get the rank. So thank you for sharing that. And I love.
Yeah. So that's part 1, Stephen.
Yeah.
That was, a lot of great information there.
Powerful sharing, no question about it. As Amy said, there's no such thing as 99%. That doesn't work. And, she has been very transparent as she's been going through her growth process, and, and tweaking her strategies for our team. And it's paying off for sure. And it's really getting people connected back to their why, and then just connecting the dots to, as they were saying, to get from where they are right now to where they'd like to be. And that's really what we're in the middle of with our team and the rest of the groups as well. And again, it helps to be able to break it down into bite-sized chunks that are understandable and actionable.
Yeah, and also Amy kind of said, get out of, we all have a certain mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I myself, you get stuck in your ways or whatever. You gotta, like she said, be like an onion, peel off some of these layers.
Yep.
And let go of some things and move on, and realize that everything ain't what you're doing in the correct way all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just have to be open to the fact that there's other people out there on our team in our leadership that have been there before us, and they've made some of the same mistakes. They can relate to wherever we are. And, again, you got to fail forward and be open to change. And that's all happening right now in our organization. And it's exciting.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about like you said, we saw this out in Salt Lake City, a lot of abundance, people, clarity on where we're going as far as people giving back, that type of thing. A lot of people that are involved, like our mentor, Christine, they don't really need to be doing this at this point in time in their life. You know what I mean? It's like they're giving back because they feel like they want to give back to a community to grow something special.
Yep, exactly right. Yep, there's certainly, Christine is a great example. I mean, she could be on a beach kicking back for the rest of her life and comfortable and relaxed and whatever, but that's not what excites her. That's not what drives her. It's not what keeps her young. I mean, she's an incredibly young and vibrant woman because she knows she continues to make a difference in other people's lives. It's not about her. It hasn't been for a long time, but particularly now at this point, she's all about serving others, and that's what really lights her up. That's her why.
Yeah. But like I said, and Daniel, Dr. Gubler, they're in this, to create wellness in people's lives, but also abundance, prosperity, a lot of other things, mindset, changing who you are and changing the community out there.
Exactly. So it's, products are just the beginning. Yes, we have a great proactive health solution, wellness solution, but beyond that, there's so much more to life as well. But it starts with being healthy, and then from there we have the opportunity to grow and expand. Again, by serving others, helping others get what they want, and we get what we want as well. So it's really pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was part one. We're going to have at least 2 other parts, maybe 3. But again,
3.
Ed Rose, Steve Reeker, reach out to us. I'd love to connect with you guys and
Join us.
join us. Go to temovement.com. I look forward to connecting. And as always, you have a great day, Stephen.
Yep. You as well, sir. And
Okay.
get out to it. All right. Have a good
See
one.
you, buddy.
Bye for now. Thanks, folks.